Hi, I'm Vinny Corbo with Veloso Publishing, and today I'm going to tell you about a new book we published that's not a new book. It's actually a public domain book. And I'm talking about Dracula. So why publish a book that has already been published? Well, this is in the public domain, so anybody could basically do it, but you have to have a different slant. When I was a high school teacher, I had to teach a bunch of things that I thought were unnecessary to teach. Things like John Steinbeck's The Red Pony. I feel it was a waste of time. It's not that good of a book. But unfortunately, a lot of these books are on the reading list. They've been on it for a long time, and old people are in charge, and so we don't update the books. So the Dracula book finds itself on many reading lists for high school, junior high, and kids go, "Oh, Dracula, that's cool. I'll read that." But when you dive into it, it's a little bit difficult. It's long, it's wordy, it's monotonous. I mean, it has cool stuff in it, but it is drudgery. So I decided to make a version that was geared directly towards junior high, high school students, or really anybody that wants to read the actual book and make it a little bit easier to read. I haven't changed anything. The actual text is 100% unabridged, the real story, nothing changed. However, I formatted it cleanly. If you take a look, everything is nice and neat, clean, much easier to follow. When I make the interior of a book, I treat it as importantly as the cover. It has to be pretty, it has to look nice, it has to be neat, and it has to be easy to read. There could be no widows, orphans, or hyphens, period. And when I see books, especially by major publishers that have widows, orphans, and hyphens, it makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me not want to read the book. In fact, I started reading Rick Rubin's book, and I can't get past chapter 2 or 3 because of that. It's too annoying. So when I do a book, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be easy to read. So first off, that is different than the original publication. The original publication is fully justified, making it difficult to read. The font is sloppy. It's an old version of Times or Bookman. It's not very clean. So mine is very clean, easy on the eyes, and easy to read. So that gets you through that part of it. But I wrote an introduction that's helpful in setting up the purpose of why you're going to read this book, because students don't like to do things that they don't have to do. Why do we need to learn this? Why do I need to know this? And the answer most of the time is, I don't even know. It's because it's in the curriculum. You got to do it. So a lot of projects or things we would do as teacher and student, I'd say, look, we just got to get through this. So let me help you get through this. So the introduction of this book is me doing just that, explaining that that's what we're going to do. We're going to get through this book, and here's the reasons why, and here's the good things and the bad things, so you know it's coming and you know how to use this book. Then I added at the end basically chapter summaries, because a lot of it is all over the place. We talk about great literature, maybe in the 1800s, but this book could have really done with some serious editing, and nobody's done it since then. Because I guess they want to keep it pure. So basically, these aren't really chapter summaries as much as they are chapter reviews. They are not meant to be read in place of the chapter. It's not really going to work that way. You need to read the chapter, and then this helps you understand the chapter. It helps all the ideas and thoughts and everything coalesce and make sense, and allows you to move on to the next one without being sort of lost or confused on what's actually occurring. Then I also have chapter questions, which are there basically to make sure that you read and understand what happened, so that when your teacher or the test or anything comes up, you're already ready. The questions are there. Like, it's not a surprise question about that chapter. These are the kind of questions that teachers ask. How do I know? I was a teacher. This is the kind of questions that we ask. So that's what's in there. So for a student, this is the perfect way to get through Dracula, and that's why I published it. And as you can see again, it's a big, thick book. It's a lot of work. It is a bit of drudgery. What I've created makes it a little less cumbersome. So I hope that's a help to everyone. I'll do a couple more going forward. I'm interested in doing the H.G. Wells books. I think they're great. Again, great ideas, just maybe you need a little help getting through them. So I'm Vinnie Corbo with Veloso Publishing. Keep on reading and keep on writing.